I'm going to show you a couple of the viewpoints that you've probably already seen if you watched the previous video. If not, then yeah, keep watching, because Greenwich has quite a few cool viewpoints. First item on the agenda is that we have to slap on the shades, because it is a gorgeous summer day. 20 degrees, this London beautiful sunset, 6 p.m. I've been waiting for this way too long. I took one camera, don't plan to do any time lapses, but just take a couple of photos. I got the 50mm and the 500mm. So from Greenwich, it's more than enough. So when I've done this video, I don't know, 3-4 years ago now, it was winter that I've done it. And it was cold. I was wearing a jacket, and at some point I remember I was rushing it just to complete the full course of all the viewpoints in Greenwich, and now it's really nice. I like this composition here. Yeah, it's quite a nice photo. Oh, and I'm shooting with the Nikon ZF, with the best lens that there is for the Nikon system, the 50mm 1.8. Absolutely amazing, love this lens, it's superbly sharp. Quick shot down the view from Maze Hill, because it's always a good view. And now with even more skyscrapers being built, since the last time I visited this spot in Canary Wharf, it's even a better shot. It's a cool view, this. Well, let's keep going to the actual first viewpoint. So we entered through Maze Hill Gate. So yeah, the first viewpoint is just on the right, just as you enter from the Maze Hill Gate. And then we're heading to the next one before we reach One Tree Hill, which is the official viewpoint. But there's more. This one is kind of unmarked, but you see people just chilling with a magnificent view, so it's hard to miss it. I like this spot, so let's get a couple of photos with a 50 and then switch to a 500, because it's a good view, worth the 500. I like this composition, especially that there are people sitting in the foreground just enjoying the picnic. That's what's making it really cool, I think. And now we're heading to One Tree Hill, which is a marked viewpoint here in Greenwich. This is an absolutely great view, especially on a summer sunset. It's not quite summer, but you know what I mean. It's May, it's beautiful, 20 degrees. Not quite time-lapseable, because the clouds aren't what I would ideally want to time-lapse. I like the fluffy, sort of round clouds. These are quite of like streaky, hazy clouds, so they don't make a great time-lapse. But for photos, today's visibility is good. It's just a nice place to come and hang around. And now we're heading to the General Wolfe statue, which is the main point here in Greenwich. But I have seen that just recently there was some work being done to that hill, to that slope. So I don't know if it's finished already or not. We might just hit a fence and see how we get on. It does seem like I've picked the worst time to do this video, as the fence is still there and the main spot here in Greenwich is unavailable for access. Clearly they're doing something to make this viewpoint and the landmark even prettier. So as you see, the fencing is pretty much all around the viewpoint, but you can still see a little bit of the skyline when you get close to it. Yeah, it's gonna take apparently a very long time. 3 years, the sign said, that all this landscaping will take place. I'm sure it's gonna look lovely though.
Yeah, come down the stairs, you're right, then you're gonna come onto the loft.
So they are clearly considering views as an important part of the viewing platform here at Greenwich, which is good. And they're going to be working on more seating and an elevated platform for photography, which is probably what it was there before. But I wonder if it's going to be any different. I mean, it looks pretty same, nicer, new bricks and all that, but I don't see any new elevated platform for photography unless this is it, which is pretty much same. And from this walkway right in front of the observatory, the view opens up quite nicely. And I think they cut the vegetation just a little bit. So maybe this is actually what they meant about the elevated platform, because it's a really good view here. And from that path that leads you to the main road, we're just crossing straight forward onto the last viewpoint here in Greenwich Park, which is one of my favorites as well. And when you see this artwork statue thing, I don't know what it is, I think too highbrow for me. The best view towards Canary Wharf is just across the footpath. However, if you're already here and have some time spare and want to walk 5 minutes outside of the White House gate, which is on the west middle side of Greenwich Park. Yes, it's called the White House because there's literally a white house. It's not as spectacular of a White House as it is in the US, but it is a White House. Nevertheless, getting to the point, if you exit that gate and follow this route, you will get to another fantastic, if not actually the best viewpoint within this area. Yes, it is outside of the Greenwich Park boundary, but it is a 5-minute walk from Greenwich Park and it is well worth seeing. And when you get to this junction, yes, you can just follow the main road, but I actually recommend you to go down West Grove Lane. Nice views in between absolutely gorgeous houses that I would love to one day be able to afford to buy a house like this with that view. Otherwise, it is actually shorter, I think, and just more scenic, so walk this way. And we are just outside Blackheath Point, which often gets referred to as the point. And the view here is, well, I've already told you this, well worth coming, even on this 5-minute walk from Greenwich Park. And even though today wasn't the best of sunsets because there was a lot of clouds on the horizon that blocked the sun, there should have been a sunset happening right now, but it's all a bit grey on the horizon. This place is always crazy busy. Lots of people just come here, hang around and just enjoy the view. And that the point is where we finish today's video. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out some of my other videos where I go into an area of London and recommend you the best viewpoints and places to visit, well, here is that playlist where I also sometimes recommend brand new viewing platforms, observation decks in London that just opened, rooftop bars, hotels with a view. You get the gist of it. I do recommend things with a view wherever I go, be that in London or whenever I travel. So enjoy that playlist and see you in the next video.